you can say, oh boy. I love live shows because there's always something interesting that could possibly happen. What's up, people? It's your man, Black Cobra, back once again with the Wheel Life Show. So here we talk about electric unicycles and all things that have to do with PEVs. We have a whole bunch of things to talk about as usual. This has been another exciting week. A lot of videos going around, a lot of drama going around, and we're going to talk about all things electric unicycle. And today I have a special guest. We are bringing in someone who does this very well. She has done several things, and one of them is motorcycle racing. Another one is horse racing, and now she's on EUCs and she's racing. So today we're going to talk to none other than the illustrious Dawn Champion. Dawn, what's up?
Hi.
So Dawn, we had a wonderful little snafu there. When I was starting the live, I started the live in the wrong section, and I said, oh. I had to stop it and restart it, but we are up and running again. I love when things happen on the fly and see how good I can recover. So,
Nice.
so Dawn is, she's in the middle of some work over there, Dawn. So Dawn, why don't you tell them what you're doing so they know what you're doing while we're doing this?
Oh, I am putting my wheel back together. I just took them all apart, batteries and everything. I just had to clean out some sand in them and stuff. So now we're back.
She took apart her master, and if you guys see there, she's got her bling bling on the side of her master. That's how you know it's a Dawn Champion wheel. Excuse me. So it looks like we have 22 people in here already. What's up, guys? Adventures in Gold, good to see you. What's up? Spartacus, what's going on? We got my man Splice. What's up, Splice? Good to see you, buddy. And of course, Liv for EUC is here. What's up, Liv?
Love Liv.
She said, I'm #1 Dawn fan. We got the #1 Dawn fan in the house.
Yay.
Liv for EUC. Love you, Liv. You're crazy. Liz says, Dawn, you're amazing. She wants you to sign her wheel, Dawn. Layak's in here. Wheelie Brady's in here. What's up, Wheelie? Is that El Hicks? Oh, Eli Hicks is in here. Okay. What's up? My EUC journey. What's up? He said, where's Groot?
Groot. Oh, he's in the car. I forgot to grab him.
Oh, he's in the car. We don't get to see Groot today, but she does have him. He's just in the car.
Mm-hmm.
I am Groot. We got the silver fox squared here. So, as people jump in here, Dawn, I just wanted to get you on here because recently you've done a whole lot of videos that have got a lot of attention, and it's because a lot of the videos are featuring the newest wheels, and you're able to give your opinion on these newest wheels. And I really appreciate your candid honesty. But what I really like is the fact that you have a history, that you come from not just this type of racing, that you've raced before in other genres, and you're able to bring that here. So I really wanted to talk to you about how it feels, like what's the differences in what you've done before, what you're doing now, and which ones you like better. Because I know there's differences. I know. So
Yeah.
I want you to talk to that. But before we get to that, I want to show a little bit while you're still drilling over there. I'm gonna show a little bit of you. So let's see.
Okay.
So this is Dawn. This is her Instagram here. And you can see on Dawn's Instagram, she's got tons of pictures. This is one of my favorites here. I think, didn't Marty take that picture, Dawn, of you standing on the
Yes.
V13 with the Knights? And was that Mount Baldy, I think?
No, this one was at that Santa Fe Dam when we were doing the speed runs on
Aha.
the V13.
Very nice. Very nice. There are a lot of images and pictures of you recently with that V13. You got a lot of attention with that. Everybody wants to
Yes.
know about the V13. That's
Hmm.
all everyone's talking about right now, and there is like some interesting story to go around. The V13, like including Chooch, that's another issue we're gonna talk about a little. Somebody told me you gotta talk to her about Chooch, and I said okay, maybe I'll bring it up. We'll see. So Don and I spoke for a couple of minutes beforehand, just so I could see if she was okay with talking about that, and she said yes. So we're gonna talk about that a little bit. Um, I was very surprised to hear what's going on. But after the video that he posted, eh, not so surprised. So Johnny Walden is here. What's going on, Johnny? James M. What's going on? What's up, James? Jumpy Jiggle Snort. Okay, that's an interesting name. What's up? From Wisconsin. Okay. Oh, and Wilson, my man, Cybervolt Wilson. What's going on? So, Don,
Yes.
um, I need to know. I guess we'll start with the V13.
Okay.
You put your video out and you talked a little bit
Uh-huh.
about the V13 and how you felt about it. But give me your overall score. What would you give the V13 1 through 10?
For someone that is looking for that type of wheel, I think it's probably a 9.
Aha. Okay.
It's a solid wheel if you're looking for safety as your top priority. The looks, the aesthetics of it, the build, the quality, the waterproofing. I know there's a lot of people that want a waterproof wheel because they live in rainy areas and stuff. If you want this like as your daily commuter or you're
Uh-huh.
riding it all the time like that, this is a reliable wheel. And I mean, so yeah, it's right up there if you can afford it.
Yeah, that's huge right there because it's not cheap.
Mhm.
Um,
No.
I think it's 4,000 now and 4,500 after the intro price. Uh,
Yeah, something like that.
Ouch and ouch. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Um,
Hmm.
uh, Jumpy Jiggle Snort says, "Is Don pressed for time?"
Wait, why?
Because you're putting together the wheel right now. He's like, "Is she pressed for time?"
I gotta go ride. I can't have a wheel down.
She's just addicted, people. She's just addicted. That's all that is.
Well, plus I have this nervous energy, so I'm like really anxious about the live. So I'm like focusing on something I can do, which is take apart and put together wheels.
You don't need to be nervous. You're fine. There's a lot of people that were asking me questions about the V13, and obviously I don't have the answers. I haven't ridden it yet, but you have, and you got a chance to do it more than once. You got that second go round, so um, I guess I I'm trying to avoid it, but I really shouldn't. I guess controversy is good as long as it's a good outcome. So
Uh-huh.
Chooch put out a video, and I'm not gonna pull it up, but he put out a video talking about how he was upset that they weren't gonna send him wheels because of something he said. And then I saw you with the V13, and then you had it a second time, because and why was that? I'll let you explain because I keep going and explaining it. Why did you still have the V13?
Oh, so the second time I had the V13 was actually Jason. Jason said that he loved the content that I was putting out and Marty was putting out, and he liked that we had a team here
Mm-hmm.
in Southern California that could do different tests with the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Like Roger's expert with the dirt stuff. Marty has his great cinematography stuff, and then whatever I do. So so no, but but like, we have an actual team over here of
Mm-hmm.
of great writers, and we were putting out content that was getting a lot of great feedback and
Mm-hmm.
appreciation for what we were putting out. So Jason
Definitely.
just said, he saw that and he was like, yeah, go ahead and keep doing that. That's great. So that's why I got the V13 the second time.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole time we have been just waiting for a label so that we can send it over to Chooch.
Okay, so
That's all.
let me ask you this. You weren't
Uh-huh.
hoarding the V13. You weren't
No.
secreting it away so nobody else could have it. You didn't have it in the corner
No.
going, you're not getting it. That's not what happened, right?
Well, I did go over to Marty's workshop and steal it from him. And I did tell him that if he wanted it back, he'd have to catch me first, which we know isn't going to happen. But
Shots,
other
Marty.
than
Shots across the bow,
that,
Marty.
okay, so I can say that because I don't think Marty's in here.
Not yet. Not yet. Marty's not in here.
So yeah, no, as far as I know, we are in full support of Chooch, and we as soon as we get the label, I mean, it is all ready to ship out to him. So there is no drama, there is no like animosity or anything from us. And the wheel is Jason's wheel. It's not Emotion's wheel, so he can send it to whomever he wants.
Hmm.
And Jason really likes Chooch, so I mean, there's no drama. I don't know. Like, what's funny? Usually it's the girls that cause drama, right?
Well, I guess things can change. Oh, E. Simon, what's up, buddy? That's my buddy. Oh, E. Simon was my first channel member. I appreciate that, and thanks and shouts out to my new channel members. I appreciate you guys. This is he said Chooch sounded like an entitled fool. Nobody owes him anything. Wow, Simon. Wow. Shots, my friend. Shots. Ouch. Um I do know that he was upset, and then as soon as I said that you were gonna be on the show, someone said to me, "Ooh, you gotta ask about the beef." I was like, I don't think there is no beef there.
No.
I think that was simply a misunderstanding because I remember, excuse me, watching the video with you and Marty. Oh, there's your comfort blanket. That's her comfort
Well,
blanket right there.
it's either this or this.
Well, I saw the video with you and Marty, and I heard Marty mention that he had it packed up, ready to go. He was just waiting for a label. And then the
Yeah.
label didn't come. And then the next thing I know, you had it again and you were riding it. And I was like, well, I guess the label didn't make it. So I got that. I understood that definitely. Excellent point, Jason. I've been loving the group feedback. Yes, and that's true. Having you guys, your whole group, be able to do different types of rides is really good, and it's funny because that's one of the things that I just started doing recently with the Amped Electric Games team. Seth had the Sherman S behind me over here, and then Nick, Big Boy Fast Boy, got it, and now I have it. So again,
Hmm.
we're a team, and we're doing these
Yeah.
reviews basically together. So I really appreciate that idea, because it works. Turbo's in the
Yeah.
house. What's up, Turbo? And speaking of Nick, there's Nick. He said, "What's up, family? It's Big Boy Fast Boy." Good to see you, man. Glad you made it. And there's my guest star behind me. You see my little Nala, my dog back there. She's sniffing the Sherman S.
Oh.
Let's see. I wanted to meet him, but now he just oh, it sounds like a baby. Turbo's mad at him too. No worries, Nick. You do your thing, man. Roger's in the house. What's up, Yes, Roger, you're late. We were talking about you already, but you're late, so you don't get to see it. No, I'm not gonna tell you what we said. I thought Chooch said he was gonna quit riding. I didn't hear that. Definitely didn't hear that. Oh, Nick, now you switched over. How many accounts you got, Nick? I'm watching you. Oh, there's Seth. Seth says hi, Dawn.
Hi.
E-Ride Life, my man there. Joro, my EUC journey, said Chooch is a good fellow. He has a hard time controlling his emotions online. He made great contribution to the EUC world. Hopefully he can resolve his issues offline and avoid the drama. Well, I'm hoping so too. I'm hoping that he's able to get past all that. Yeah. Oh, okay, Turbo. He said you need to open the Sherman up and show us the wear and tear. Okay, now Seth did that on his video. He did a good job. Now, I'm not sure how. I might have leaves in it already. I was in the woods for a minute. I don't know.
And you lost your pads,
I got it back, though. I got it back. I was so happy the next day. I wanted to do a backflip. I was so happy. I know whoever was out in the woods was like, what in the hell's wrong with that dude? I was like, yeah. Yeah.
Those are my expensive.
Favorite. Those Titan pads are my favorite, honestly. And
yes.
Yeah. So I was like, I do not want to have to send for a new ones and wait for them to show up. I need this pad. Yeah. So I was glad I was able to get that. Let's see. We got more. Nick says, sorry, we're late. Eastgate Con meeting. Oh, okay. Eastgate Con, people. Just so y'all know, that's coming up. What is it? March 25th, 26th, I believe, if I'm correct on the dates. We will be down in Vegas at Eastgate Con. If you can make it, y'all, come on down. You will see the Amped Electric Games team in full effect. Seth and I and Big Boy Fast Boy, we will all be down there doing our thing. We'll have some live streams going, some interviews going, and it's going to be a really good time. So if you can make it down there, definitely come see us. So Dawn, I got more comments there, but I want to get back to you. So I want to know, well, first of all, let's show some more pictures of Dawn, because you you have some really great pictures, and I wanted to highlight a couple things. So one of the things that Dawn sent me is some photos of her when she was racing. Now look at Dawn here. Now, when I say she's a racer, people, I don't think you guys really realize she was racing for real. This is Dawn in her full regalia. She had the outfit on. The motorcycle matched the outfit. She had her knee skids on. Look at her. She was scraping her knee on the ground there. That's craziness. That to me is real deal racing. And then she brought her real deal racing gear to EUCs. Here she is in that outfit. When you were talking about, what do they call those, knee pucks?
Yes.
And when you mentioned it, I was like, knee pucks. I was like, yeah. I thought those were just her knee braces or her knee guards. Yeah. I was like, I didn't know what that was. So now you got to try and slide. Now you got to try and scrape that on the ground while you're taking a corner on your EUC. I don't think there's a wheel that can do that yet. That's a little too much of a low angle.
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about your racing there, but that's not the only thing you raced. She raced horses as well, and these photos here of you on the horse are like, wow. I can't believe that one right there, when you have the horse up in the air standing in front of you, like that looks like a TV show that I watched. I'm like, that's really you? That's crazy. What's the horse's name?
Lacer.
And you still have Lacer, right?
Yep, he's in the backyard. He lives with us.
That is amazing to me. Like looking at these photos, I guess I was already impressed with your EUC riding, and then I see these. I'm like, good Lord, you've been at it for a while. Look at that, people, on the cover of the magazine. We didn't know we had a superstar in our midst. That is pretty cool. That's pretty amazing, Dawn. Love it, love it, love it. And now let me ask you this. What do you like best? What's your favorite? EUCs, horses, or motorcycles?
I love them all.
Can't pick one.
No, I mean, different things, and that's okay. So with the stuff that I try, I always aim to find the flow of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is a flow to the energy in the world, right? And you can
Mm-hmm.
find that flow. And so with motorcycling, going 100 miles an hour around a long sweeping turn, you find that flow. And it's like you're so on the edge of like exhilaration
Mm-hmm.
and completely washing out and crashing horribly. So you're just teetering on that very edge, and that's where you can find this flow, right? And so I did that with the motorcycling, and then with the horse, it was we're doing 50 miles in as fast as we can, which is about 3.5 hours for us. And we're traveling and everything together, and then it's a connection between me and this 1,300-pound beast that just wants to take over. But when we start meshing and we start matching our energies and our breath, and we have this connection and stuff, then we kind of settle into this rhythm, this flow. And so that was beautiful. And then with the EUCs, um, it's this small little suitcase that you stand on, and and after this painful period of learning at the beginning, then you start like weaving and carving, and you like forget that you're writing something, and instead it responds so quickly to
Mm-hmm.
your balance, and it's so innate how you control it, right? It becomes like a part of you, and then you're just weaving and going, and then you feel that flow again, and you feel
Yes.
it's like that's so with everything that I do, I'm always chasing after this flow, to be one with everything, and that's what the EUC does. So
Yeah, it's funny that you say it like that. Like because when I describe it to people, I'm like, you don't understand. You feel like you're flying. There's just this magical flow that you feel going through you, and they're like, whatever. I'm like, I'm telling you, just try it. You don't so
mm,
understand. And I
mm,
describe it just like that because it is. It's like it's magic,
mhm,
and it's therapeutic.
mhm,
It is definitely calming and soothing.
mhm,
And I think Seth coined the phrase rolling therapy. I think he said or
mhm.
something like that. I may be getting it wrong, Seth, but it really is that. It is therapy on a wheel. And a lot of times if you see me riding, I end up dancing and people are like, what are you doing? I'm like, it just happens naturally,
Mhm,
because
mhm,
I feel it. I feel that energy. I'm like, hey, hey.
mhm.
And then when I'm not doing, I'm looking for it, I'm like,
Yes.
I get really upset right now because I get home, and like 40 minutes later, it's getting dark. So
Mm,
it's this time of year upsets me because I'm looking for those
mhm,
longer days so you can ride longer before night. It's a lot of people ride at night, but I'm not a big fan of night riding. I'll do it in a group when we have fun, but I'm more a fan of the daytime, really just getting into it. So I know what you mean when you talk about the flow. I feel that same
mhm,
energy, and it's like
mhm.
magic.
Yes. Yes.
So Big Boy Fast Boy said, he said, Dawn is a beast. She and Roger took us on the ride of our lives up Mount Baldy. It was unbelievable up there. And that's Nick. So you took him on a good ride, I hear.
Yes, it was so much fun, and it's the most beautiful road, and it has a rhythm. So I rode GMR, Glendora Mountain Road, Mount Baldy. I rode that on my motorcycle, and then when I
Ah.
stopped riding motorcycles, then I stopped going to Baldy, and then when with the EUC, one of the draws to it was, oh my gosh, I can take that to GMR. I was like, so then I started hitting that, and it's just the way it has that pattern too, and it has all the nice turns and stuff, and you can just lose
Hmm.
yourself. And then the scenery is beautiful, and because we're in Southern California, the weather is usually gorgeous. And even when the weather's horrible, it's still beautiful and it's still fun. And then we go up to the lodge, we eat, we drink, we have fun, we socialize, we sit by the great big fireplace. Then we come back down, we charge up and we come back down. It's like so perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds amazing, and I'm very upset that when I was there last time, I did not get a chance to do it. Marty was he was gonna take me on a run, and he's like, "Hey, how long you staying?" And I know the next time I come out there, I'm definitely going to add an extra day so that I can, go on the ride with you guys and maybe do Mount Baldy or something because I'm
Yes,
definitely interested in it. Definitely.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
I see you guys riding that mountain, and I'm like so jealous, so jealous, But it will happen. It will happen.
Mhm.
So my EUC journey said no EUC race at Eastgate Con. Well, EUCs have been included this time. It's the first time, so we're trying to make it a bigger presence. We're trying to, just so you guys understand, um, the Amped Electric Games team, we are trying to bring EUCs everywhere. So we will be working with Eastgate community. We will be working with the One Wheel community. We're trying to make sure that, because we're all electric vehicles and we're trying to bring these EUCs to everyone. So we will be trying to work with these different people at different events. So feel free to come out. Even though it may not have as robust of a presence this time because it's the first time they're allowing us to do things there, it will be there. So definitely come out if you can and be ready to get down.
Mhm.
That's right. Let's see. Turbo says, I would love to make it, but money is tight. And hey, oh, you have surgery. I thought you said hungry. You have surgery. Well, I hope the surgery comes out, brother. Okay, I hope everything goes well because, surgery's no joke. And money, yes, we all feel that, brother. My pockets is tight right now. I want,
All of us.
I want the Sherman S. This wheel behind me over here. I want that wheel. I want a V13. I want a Master Pro. But I can't get them. I'm like, oh, so I'm still trying to sell my Monster Pro, which is hard because I love that wheel. So I haven't really tried to sell it, but
Yeah.
but I need to sell it so I can get one of these new wheels because my pockets is tight. So, but that's okay. Squall says such a hard question. I think he's talking about when I asked you which one do you like the best. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so that you love them all. So basically, you didn't answer me. So that's okay, Don. I'm gonna let it slide. So, okay, I'm gonna ask you another one.
Mhm.
What's your favorite EUC? Oh, he got the hard questions tonight. He got the hard questions. Do 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 do
Uh,
do do
well,
do.
right now it would have to be the master, and that's why I have two of them.
Two masters. What?
Hmm
Not
I
on,
got
not two.
this one. Can you guys see this one? Yeah,
Yeah,
you can see
yeah, we
this.
can see it.
So that's my dirt master, and this is my street race master. So
So,
street tire and knobby.
so is that Bobby and that's Slim or what? Do they have names? Because remember that you remember that TikTok that was going around. This is my girl. He had a name for all
Hmm
his things. You got names for your wheels?
I do have names, and they all are from Game of Thrones characters. So
Great show. Great
yes,
show.
yes, love it.
So what are your masters' names?
So that is Sandor Clegane, otherwise known as the Hound, because when I first decided to get the Master, I was like, the Master's, okay, it might be great, but it's kind of an ugly wheel, and the Hound is ugly, and he was bigger and taller than any of my other ones, so I was like, okay, that's a good one. And then this one is my newest one, and I forgot, what did I name him after? Ah, I can think of his face. It's I can't think of his name right now. I haven't used his
Which
name a
one?
lot.
Which one? Tell me which character you're thinking about.
Oh, I can't think. Tyrion
Yeah.
and Tyrion's brother,
Yeah.
Jamie
Jamie
Lannister.
Lannister. Yeah.
This is Jamie Lannister because okay, so Sandor over there, he's the one that I did the master cutout at over 55 miles an hour,
Uh-huh.
and after the cutout crash, he got all beat up, and I was like, look, he's just like the Hound, he's all beat up, right? And then I got Jamie here, and Jamie was like all pretty and nice and shiny and stuff. So I was like, oh, he's a pretty boy. Okay, he's Jamie Lannister.
Okay. The names make sense.
Yes, they do.
So Ted Raimundo says, which is the scariest at relative speed? Bike, horse, or EUC?
The
So
horse,
if you had them all at 55 miles an hour, which one's the scariest?
the horse.
Uh-huh. Because it has a mind of
Because the
its
horse
own.
has a mind of its
I
own.
knew exactly
and
where you were going.
uh-huh, and he uses it. Like my horse is not a pushover. He's actually a horse that I got because he was untrainable at the racetrack. He would
Wow.
dump his jockeys. So he was the fastest horse. He had the fastest times, and he would have been like killer on the track. But he kept trying to kill all his jockeys. So he was dangerous.
Oh my
And so
God.
the so the trainers and the breeder was like, what's the use of having the fastest horse if no one can ride him?
Right.
And so that's why I got him cheap. And we took a long time to develop a bond, and we developed a great bond and everything. And then, I was able to ride him. But every once in a while, him and I would still butt heads, and he'd go, "No, I don't want to stop." And I'm like, "You gotta stop!"
Well,
And so
that's the good thing. You don't gotta convince your wheel to stop.
exactly, with the machines, they'll do what you want them to do. So it's a lot safer.
Right up until they get their own minds and take over.
Yeah, or
It's
cut out
coming.
on you.
Well, there you go. There you go. Okay, so Don, how did your
Mhm.
horse react to you riding an EUC? Did it ever get used to you riding? Whenever I meet a horse on trails around here, they get really scared. Talking to them helps. Any other things? I guess he's
Talking to
asking if
them
there's. Yeah.
helps. If you're around horses a lot, like the where you're riding, you always run into horses. Carry a bag of horse treats or carrots with you, and talk
Ah.
to the rider, because usually riders, they always want to take the opportunity to teach their horse to not be scared of something. So if you talk to the rider, and that's the other thing, you talking to the rider also tells the horse, if the rider's talking back to you, then
Yep.
the horse goes, oh, this is a friendly, this is a
Right.
person. You've now identified yourself as a human, as a friendly. And then if you say, hey, I got some treats, would you mind if I do it? They'll usually say, oh yeah, that's great, I would love it if my horse didn't
Okay.
freak out over this, and stuff. So it's a training opportunity for everybody. But
Gotcha.
yeah, yeah, slow down, and don't be carving, don't be making sudden moves, don't be accelerating and braking, all that kind of stuff, because those are the things that freak the horse out. The other thing that freaks them out, some of the older wheels,
Yep.
like my RS, has a really high pitched squeal. Their
Yeah.
motor does, and that really high pitch, we forget about it, but dogs and horses, they can hear that, and that is usually what freaks them out until they associate that with something safe. So
Gotcha.
if you're in close proximity to them, like if they need to pass you on a narrow trail,
Yep.
turn off the wheel and set it down. Make sure nothing drops or anything like that. But you can turn off the wheel and that sound goes away, and
Mm-hmm.
then give the carrots or whatever, and then they now have created a good positive association.
Good to know. Look at that. We learning some good shit tonight, y'all. So E. Simon said EUC is a more effective and cheaper therapy than a shrink and psychic drugs. Good point, Simon. Good point. So, how is the torque and braking on the V13? Yeah, you talked about this in your video, I believe. Um,
It's great, and also they offer acceleration assistance and braking assistance. And I have a video, showing that. And acceleration assistant, I love that. Oh my gosh, I could accelerate so much faster, and you don't really feel it. acceleration assistant at 100%, I could feel it tilt forward, so I had to get used to that and trust that it wasn't a pedal dip. It was,
Mm-hmm.
just, and then it comes back real gentle like. Braking assistant, it actually leans back when you brake, and I wasn't
Ooh.
fond of that. Yeah, I
No.
wasn't fond of that. But if you're having problems braking, you can, but it's a sliding scale from 0 to 100.
Okay. Okay.
So, you can
So
adjust that.
I know that they had some things backwards before on some of these wheels. So putting it up to 100 is more brake assist or less
Yes.
brake assist. Okay.
Yes.
And same thing. More
Hmm.
acceleration assist goes up to 100. Okay. Was that
Hmm.
backwards and they switched it?
No, no, no. That one was fine. The one that was backwards was pedal softness.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. So pedal softness at 0 meant that you were at maximum pedal softness. That was completely backwards.
So I
So
like I like them stiff and no movement. So I
yes,
got to put it at 100.
yes, you want that at
Okay.
100, and then you want so how the options go, it says power options like that.
Okay.
And then if you have to toggle that on, and then you have to change then accelerate assist and brake assist, those options pop up when you turn it on. And when those pop up, then you can adjust from 0 to 100. And if you want just plain hard mode, like the Goaty hard mode, then you just turn those to 0. if
Uh-huh.
power if power options is toggled off, I believe this is still the case, it defaults to 50-50 for both of the assistants, which doesn't make a lot
Ah.
of sense. Because for me, I'm like, if you toggle power options off, you think that those would default to 0. But
Right.
no, those default to 50. So,
So you got to put something on. Don't just let it default.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, sounds good. See, those are things that I would like to know, especially when I get my V13. Oh wait, I'm not getting one. Okay, too much money, too much money. But um, I believe I'll get one for testing at some point, so I'll get an option to ride it then. But I just, mm, I wish I had a bunch of disposable money. Anybody got some
Yes.
pockets of gold they can hook me up with? I'll take it. I'll take it. Um, so Devo said, "What's up, Don? What's up, Cobra? What's going on, Devo?" Mono Rides is in here. What's up, man? Amped will be at Oak City Shred Fest, North Carolina, May 4th through 7th. Yes, and unfortunately, that's one of the Amped events I can't make because the military has me going to do something before then, and I won't be back in time.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I'm a little frustrated with that. I was hoping to make everything this year. I want to be everywhere, but I can't. So, but I will be at the Eastgate Con in Vegas. And I will be at definitely, obviously, back in Bentonville this year. Yay, yay. I can't wait for Bentonville to come back. Let's go. That's going to be a good time. So I hope everybody makes it out there this year. Devo said, "Hey Don, would love to hear your impressions on the Commander Pro." Yeah, I know that's coming, right?
Yeah, Sunday, hopefully, I'll get the Commander Pro and then I'll do videos on that.
Okay.
I rode it a little bit in the parking lot. Marty brought it, and Marty put up his video about the Sherman S versus the Commander Pro.
Yeah, I saw
That's
that.
when I got to rode it. I already know that I like the way it rides better than the Sherman S.
Ooh. Buck, 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 shots again. You just throwing things at what? What? Okay, hold up. Now we got to talk. Okay, why? Talk to me.
Okay, the Sherman S feels twitchy to me. If now, for some reason, maybe because I'm coming off the V13, the Sherman S feels small and nimble. It's very nimble.
Mm-hmm.
It's got, I mean, it's a great wheel. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
but I already feel like it's middle of the road. So
Mm.
then you got the Commander Pro, and it already feels like it's got some oomph to it. I didn't take it up to speed yet, but it felt oomph. It felt stable.
Mm-hmm.
Which to me, stable is a big factor.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather ride something more stable than something more twitchy. And what was he? I don't know. And then you got the Bugatti power and performance backing it up. So
I don't know. Okay, I never liked the Commander.
yes,
I was
that is true.
so not a fan. I hated
Mm-hmm.
the way it
Mm-hmm.
looked. There
Mm-hmm.
was nothing impressive about it to me, and I guess coming off of what was the other wheel that just flopped? Oh, that was the Sherman side.
Hero? Oh.
Well, the Hero was just too small. The Hero was
You
just too
say flop,
small.
I say hero.
Yeah, that's so messed up. See, you just taking shots at everybody today. No, I'm talking about on the Sherman side, the Abrams.
Oh God.
The
Yeah.
Abrams was
No.
a great looking wheel. I loved it,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
hated all of the failures and how
Mm-hmm.
it just wasn't done well, and I was disappointed. And then
Mm-hmm.
the Commander comes out, and I felt like the Commander was like an imitation. I felt like it was trying to be like the Sherman, but not. And I didn't like the look of it at all. I just wasn't impressed. So then they come out with the pro version. I'm like, I still feel like it's an imposter. I still feel like it's trying to be other wheels. I don't feel like it has its own identity. And I guess that's what my
Mm-hmm.
problem is. So, but then you wrote it and you said that you liked how it felt. And
Mm-hmm.
I guess another clarification, you said the Sherman S felt twitchy. Were you
Mm-hmm.
riding somebody's wheel?
Yes.
Was it their production wheel or another pre-production wheel?
No, production wheel.
I'm just surprised because twitchy is not something I would ever use to describe the Sherman S.
Yeah?
What I did notice is that it feels smaller to me now than it did at AVS. At AVS, I
Mm-hmm.
felt it was big and heavy, and after
Mm-hmm.
riding it here and taking it in the woods, I'm like, this ain't even that big. This ain't even that heavy.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, let's go. Yeah, I was out on it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm ready for it now. And I
Uh-huh.
did feel like, it's not as big as I thought. And when I just told Dawn this, guys, before we got on the stream tonight, I got back on my Master after riding the Sherman
Mm-hmm.
S. I let Anthony ride the Sherman S. So while he was demoing it, I had to ride something. So I rode my Master. And it's a problem because already
Mm-hmm.
I felt the difference getting back on my Master. The Master is just a
There you
beast,
go.
people. It's just a beast.
Mm-hmm.
It's the 134 volts. It's just
Mm-hmm.
snappy. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's still, and I rode the Sherman S only one like actual day, but riding it through the woods gets you used to it quickly because you got to
Mm-hmm.
maneuver it around things, you got to jump
Mm-hmm.
over things, you know. So I was really feeling it, and I got home, I was like, oh yeah, I'm feeling this Sherman S. Then
Mm-hmm.
I took it out so Anthony could ride it, and I was like, this Master is crazy. I'm like,
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. You got that Bugatti power, you
mm-hmm.
know? And I'm sorry, but the Sherman S is not going to give you that Bugatti power, so
Yeah, yeah.
that's where the Commander Pro has that edge.
Okay,
And
I'm gonna
I've
give it
ridden the Commander. I've ridden Commanders and I wasn't that impressed, but the
right.
Commander Pro is a different beast.
Okay, okay, Don. Okay, I got you. I got you. So I'm definitely gonna have to try that one. So yeah, somebody want to send me a Commander Pro? Just send it right over here. I'll put my address out again. You can just go ahead. Talk to Jason. Tell him to put me back in the loop. And tell him that Marty should send it this way. All right. So EUC Lucifer, he said I broke my collarbone, so no riding for me for a while. But at least I can watch the Black Cobra and Dawn. What up? Yeah, yeah.
So
Let's
you
go.
know how you prevent breaking your collarbone is by having shoulder protection and by rolling off of your shoulder when you
Mm-hmm.
impact. That's how you not break your collarbone.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely wish that I had. When I broke my shoulder, though, I actually had protection on. I had a nice motocross top, the Liet, and I was strapped and ready, but I fell so slow. It was like when I was starting, like right when you get on the wheel. So I fell upside down, like because the wheel just cut out. Like the board, and I think that was because that was the first Monster Pro. So I think the board was not ready to handle the upgrade in the upgrade in the battery and the upgrade in the motor. I think they were using the same motherboard, and I don't think it could handle it, and it just quit with no warning, no nothing. And I was you know how you put one foot, and I had some people behind me. I was like, come on, let's go. I stepped up on the wheel, and it cut off. So I stepped up, and then I went down, and I went completely forward, and all my body weight came down on top of my shoulder.
Ooh,
so the shoulder pads
you're a big guy. So.
Yeah, 235 pounds coming down on top of my shoulder. My shoulder was like, My shoulder was like, that ain't how it works. So the great thing about the shoulder protection, that when you're wearing it, it will protect you from the street. And if you roll and you got the shoulder pads and protection on, or even if you slide out and you have all the protection on, all the sliding and stuff will help, and it'll protect you. And that day, I wish I was going fast enough to get to the slide.
Yes.
Because I've fallen several times. And, one time I fell and I was doing like 35, and I fell, slid forward, slid on my arms and my elbows and knees and wrists, and then I was able to pop up and jump right back up. It was like nothing. So when I fell and broke my shoulder, I was like, what? That's not how it's supposed to go.
It's the slow ones that get you, because you don't get to slide. Now, okay, so you did martial arts, so you know how to fall, right? You got that training on how to fall and tuck and roll and all that.
I wish.
Yeah?
That's why I said if it happened a little faster, I would have been able to react. But it was so quick, it dumped me straight. And I was like, and I think the reason that I came down on my shoulders, because I instantly go to like a tuck and roll, and when you try to put, I didn't even get it out. Like it was like, I was like, so it was there was no time at all to react. So then I tried to pop up, and I was like, oh. So now I have a metal plate and 8 screws to remind me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
At 0 miles an hour.
Yes, that's what's
When
crazy.
I have like 6 crashes at over 120 miles an hour, and all I got were a few bruises.
Yeah, I'd rather your crashes than mine.
So that's why I say, when in doubt, go faster.
Yeah. There was the only time I raced motorcycles was once. I went from Springfield, Mass here to Lake George, New York, where they have a bike rally, bike week. And so me and 3 other guys decided to go. I was new to riding motorcycles, and here I am. I had my little 600 and they all had 1100s and 900s, and here I am with my little, I think I was doing something, and I was like, yeah, I'm ready. It was custom painted blue and gold. It was dope. I was like ready. I'm like, hang. I said, okay. So we're racing, and of course my competitive side comes out, and I'm like, you're not leaving me behind. So the guy in the 1100 obviously was up front. There was no way we were going to take him out. So I was battling with the 2 guys on the 900s, and I'm like, kept passing them, getting in front. Then they passed me, and then I passed them, and I'm like, oh, you ain't leaving me back there. My little bike was like, and I was pushing to the very end of that bike. It was giving me everything it had. And I think the top speed on the highway, we were doing about $147.
Oh.
Right. That's nothing for people who really ride. But for me, that was like warp speed. And all I could see was, I was like, oh my God. And after we came back, I said, I ain't doing that no more.
Mm.
I felt like I was like, if I crash right now, I'm probably gonna disintegrate.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I did have all the gear on, so I was ready. So that's why I'm
Hmm.
impressed when I see your motorcycle ride, and I'm like, I ain't get that good. Never that good, but that's all right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The Godfather is in the house. Marty. He said, hi, Don. I'm driving home from Fullerton Loop. Mud carnage. Can't talk, but listening. We missed you today. Okay.
Oh, no. They got to
Yes.
go play with the Commander Pro and the V13 at Fullerton Loop today, and I didn't get
Oh.
to go. Look for the
Oh.
next video.
Okay, let's go, Marty. We want to see that stuff.
Uh-huh. I think it's Marty and Roger doing his magic in the dirt
Okay.
with those wheels, so it should be a very interesting video. Definitely
What?
want to watch that one.
Well, he said mud carnage.
But let's say, okay, so Marty is afraid of mud, but Roger isn't. So yeah, all Marty has to do is capture everything on video and everything will be fine. I'm sure they did great.
Oh, so Ted Raimondo said traditionally the only thing I found soft mode good for was practicing riding backwards, but I don't know if that translates to these bigger suspension wheels. So, have you ridden backwards on any of these big boys yet, Don?
No, but I will tell you that if you are having troubles accelerating and braking, soft mode can help with that with these bigger wheels.
Okay.
And that's like a cheap version of acceleration assist and brake assist, right? Because
Okay.
you got the soft mode allowing you to, dip forward and dip backwards. So if you are
Gotcha.
having problems with the bigger, heavier wheels, you can try that.
Okay. See, fair point. See, that's why I love our community because we always share so much and we help each other out. Tips and tips and tips. I like that. Ted Raimondo said I met Black Cobra at the Electrify Expo. What's up, man? I'm not sure which booth we were at when I met you, but what's up? I talked to a lot of people out there that day. The Electrify Expo was amazing. I can't wait till we get our electric unicycles in there. No one had a booth inside yet, but I'm hoping that this year that's gonna change. We did have some people outside. Monorides was outside with his van, and he had some people out there set up, but we didn't have anything inside. And Electrify Expo had so many vehicles, so many things to offer in there that we definitely belong in the Electrify Expo. Let's see. Wilson said, "I like to switch or like to see which long range riders prefer now. Which wheel you guys prefer?" Well, so you said Master's still your favorite, but if you had to
But
go
it's not long range.
right, if you had to go long range, which wheel would you pick now?
Right now, it's going to be a toss up between the Commander Pro and the EX30, which we don't know anything about, but I have
Mm.
mine on order, and I still have high hopes for that EX30. I think the
Hmm.
EX30 will outperform the Commander Pro. So,
Hmm. Well, I can tell you I like the look of the EX30 better than the Commander Pro.
mhm,
However,
mhm,
the EX30 is still based off of the Master line, off that design. And although it's my favorite for acceleration and riding, it is the
mhm,
worst for the long range. Like the Master Pro, of course, changes that, but the Master is closer to the size of the EX30.
mhm.
So I don't I'm not too sure how the long range is gonna be on it, and I'm still not sold. I don't think they fixed the suspension. Speaking of that, do you have the new brackets yet? The new linkage from Bigode? I know um, Roger is printing some. So you have the new
Mhm.
ones? Would you say that the new ones are a marked increase in? Well, it's kind of hard though. You don't weigh that much. I need big boy on it. You see what I'm saying? I need to get on it because I can bottom those out, and I want to know if it's because that's my only regret when it comes to the Master line is that the suspension is just not good enough yet. And then when you ride something like the Sherman S, you remember, the suspension is not good enough yet. It's good, but it's not good enough yet. I can still bottom it out. I bottom it out or I top it out always. And I'm like, so I want to fix. So when I think of that, I'm worried about the EX30. I'm worried whether the EX30 is going to be able to do better when it comes to the suspension.
Here's the thing with another reason why I like the Master is it's so easy to customize the shock, right? You've got many different options out there, many different people bringing up, different combinations of the shock and the linkages and the different designs of the linkages and all that stuff. So Roger has made some, and I have them on both of my Masters, and it is a marked improvement. And we just put a spring shock on my race wheel, and then we have the Fox DPS on my trail dirt wheel.
I have the Fox shock.
Yes,
I haven't put it on yet, though.
You gotta put it on. Okay, so the Fox and the new linkages, yes.
Okay.
And I still need to test the spring with the new linkages, but it should be good. At least for my race wheel, I'm not looking for extreme, because it's just for street. But yeah, it seems to be good so far, but I need to test further.
But that's why I'm surprised you just said that. Your race wheel, you don't need that much, but you got that spring on it. That spring is less springy than the regular suspension, you're saying?
Well, it has less options that you can choose, so less
it's not as
at
cushy?
least for me. No, it is very cushy. It's very cushy. But it's with the air shock, you can add more air pressure to it and stuff like that. So for the bigger jumps and everything, then I have that for the dirt. And then for my street one, it is just I think we just put the 750 pounder on it.
Okay.
So not the super heavy one, because I'm not going to be going off big jumps with this one, and I'm not that heavy. So but they have bigger springs, and Marty has a bigger spring, I believe, on his, and he loves it.
Okay, well, Roger, I just sent you the address for the linkage because I keep forgetting. So I just sent my address in Telegram. Get at me, Roger. I definitely want that
linkage.
Yeah, I want the new linkage because I have the one from oh man, what's his name that was making the linkages before this? Merlin. I have Merlin's linkage. And I was gonna put that on with the Fox shock, and then I was like, then this one came out, and I was talking to Roger, and he's like, no, this one's definitely better. He said it does have to have a special cutout or something for the Fox shock to work right or whatever. So I was like, okay, I'm into it because I got to take my Master has to come apart. It has to be repainted. I painted it. I did a really cursory paint job the first time over the top of the other paint that was red. And then I put my green on top of it, and then it's all peeling off, and it looks like a hot mess.
Aww.
And I'm like, I said, no, I got to pull it apart and paint it up right, put it back together. And I gotta get my girl looking right. So I'm gonna do that. And I want to do that with the new linkages. So Ted Raimundo says, which of the suspension wheels have you tried to date that feels the most planted and stable and not top heavy?
It would have to be my Masters, because those are the most customizable.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not the most planted, and they still have some top heaviness going on. You don't think?
On my Master, no.
No, well, I think you're just used to it. I think you're just used to it because there is the Master does have a little bit of a top heaviness well, especially if you have the Clark pad system on it, and I know you have
No,
stuff on it.
I'm
So,
using the Grizzla system. I'm using the
hmm
Grizzla fairing and bumper system with the Clark Titan pads, which is my favorite right now. And Clark has a new pad system coming
hmm
out, and he's very excited about it. And he's going to be sending out testers soon, and I'm
nice.
really excited about that too.
For which
It's going to
wheel?
give you some for any wheel, but it's going to
Okay.
give he's designed something where it'll give you some flex,
hmm
so it'll flex a little bit and then it'll get hard. And he says it sucks you into the wheel, it sucks you into the
hmm
pads.
Nice.
And so I'm looking
I
forward to
like
those.
anything that Chris Clark makes. The man is a
Hmm.
genius.
Hmm. Hmm.
Shouts out to Chris Clark. The man's a genius. I love his work.
Hmm.
I still want to try some flow pads, the larger
Yes.
ones, because I have some, but I don't have the larger ones. So I want to, yeah, yep. I want to try those as well. Um, I did. I mean, I jumped on and put them on one of my wheels, but I really like the Titans. It's just something about them. I went,
Yeah. Yes.
but I do want a set of those large flow pads.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those is that the largest ones?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
These are the flow pad larges, and I love these, and I love the Titans. And I was going back and forth and back. I made videos about them, and and I couldn't decide which one I loved
I
more.
saw that.
But I finally decided that the Titans are the ones that I love more than these. But
Right.
it's so close because these ones give you unparalleled adjustability.
Right.
So, and if you really want a locked in feel, these ones will get you locked in. The
Okay.
Clark Titans, they give you the freedom to
Mm-hmm.
do other things. So if you like to go from seated to
Yes, I was
standing,
just
and all that,
about to say that.
yes,
Yep. Because
yes,
that's
then
my
you want
thing.
the
I
Titans.
like to sit
Mm-hmm.
and give my knees a little
Mm-hmm.
break. So
Mm-hmm.
the Titans allow me to come out and be able to do that.
But these are
So
so beautiful.
so are the Titans. Look back there. They look good. Well, you can't. Not a lot of light back there, but they look pretty. They
I
look
have
pretty.
I have them on both
Yep.
Titans on both my masters now.
Yeah. But you see that green standing out back there. Beow! That's my black and green. So I love it. I love it. So okay. So he was talking about the suspension wheels. I was actually thinking about of the bigger wheels. So it says which of the
Okay.
suspension wheels do you feel is the most
Oh.
planted, stable, and not top heavy? So actually, I would say the Master because I like. Stop it. I do because I do like the Sherman S back there. I like the way the Sherman S feels, and when you go
Uh-huh.
fast, I felt really good on it. And I love
Uh-huh.
the suspension. I can't say enough about that. I think that's the number one suspension in any EUC right now. But I will say that getting back on my Master again brought another smile to my face. And I was like, and I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
expecting it because I was out there doing a demo for the Sherman S, letting somebody else
Mm-hmm.
ride it and talking about how great it feels and giving them this and that. And I step up on the
Mm-hmm.
Master and start riding, and I go, ooh. I was like, I forgot this feeling. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I really like
That's
this
the
wheel.
Bugatti magic.
Okay, we know which company she likes the best.
Anything that is giving me all the power, all the raw power, all the raw performance. And
Yep.
yeah, their quality is not that great and all that stuff, that's
Definitely
poo-poo
not.
stuff, right? So but you give me all that power and the performance, and you just like there is no match to that.
Okay, hold on a second. It says
Uh-oh.
Techman says heads up. For some reason, my YouTube channel under videos doesn't show the live streams. I think these are great, and I had to find the playlist manually. Maybe you can get those in your main list. Thanks, buddy. I did just make make a change. I was moving some things around yesterday, so I might have jacked that up. So I'll look at it again today and make sure the live streams are near the top. So thank you. But there is a definitely a playlist. I keep a playlist of all the lives on the channel, so you can always go back. Look at you looking all comfy and cozy. Let's see. The Extreme Bull Company was specifically made to F with Leaperkim, in my opinion. Well, I agree. I agree that that's their goal. I honestly, listen. Some people, okay, we're gonna talk about it. Some people left. They left Begode, right? They had some issues. I think there was some personality problems. There was some whatever design issues, whatever. However you're gonna talk about it, they had their own conflict of interest, whatever, and they left, right? So these people left. They go and make their own company, Leaperkim, and they make the Sherman, and it knocks it out the damn park. Everybody's amazed and love with the wheel, and Begode goes, oh hell no. Begode goes, listen, you two, my cousin and my other cousin, you two go over there and start another company. We're gonna call it Extreme Bull, okay? And then you make a wheel that kind of looks like theirs, and we're gonna take them out. And I swear to God, that's what it seems like. So Devo, I agree, bro. I think it is Extreme Bull that they said is his cousin. He's cousins to or something to the guy who's in Begode. So I don't know. Something was going on. It comes out. It has the same squared off look. The only thing it was missing was the roll cage. And then they come out with the Commander and the Commander Pro. Now tell me it doesn't remind you of the Sherman S. Come on. Come on. I don't know.
But the Sherman S's quality is like
much above.
Better.
Way above. They killed it. Oh, and I didn't say what's up to my boy Vibes, EUC Vibes. He said
we
Don
love EUC Vibes.
He said Don is killing it with the videos. So informative and fast. Go Don. So it is I think it's a fact. I think they really did. They definitely were coming at Sherman, Leaperkim. They were like, we coming for you. It felt like a prize fight. It was like, we coming for you. I was like, okay. So, and then it didn't help that the Abrams did so bad.
Oh.
And I felt like the Abrams doing bad gave others a chance to catch up, because I know that I felt like the Sherman was on top and there was nobody catching them. And even though Begode ultimately came out with, the whole master line, and then they were like, all right, gotcha. But they got you from a different angle. You know what I mean? It's not the same type of wheel. It's a whole different angle, and they have that angle covered because the Master's crazy good. The Master Pro, huge, but crazy. So, I mean, they're definitely doing the T4, like that whole line. So they got it going on, but Extreme Bull is still coming for Sherman, it looks like.
Okay. Now, I'll tell you this. I do have my Sherman Max over there.
Okay.
And that is one of my favorite wheels. And the only reason why I'm not riding it so much anymore is because it doesn't have the suspension. And the Sherman S has a suspension. And I had a pre-order for the Sherman S, but then I canceled it just because, now I'm going for pure raw power and performance, right? But the Sherman Max has been solid. And when I was riding that a lot, I could keep up with all the masters.
On your Sherman Max?
Because with the Sherman Max, I can, and some people saw me do this at Amped Electric Games. They saw the pedals dipping and they saw me ride it like a wave, and I was just surfing on that Sherman Max at like top speed, and it was beeping like crazy, but it was totally safe. It was totally safe, like just like riding the you can't do that with the Master. The Master, it dips and it drops you like super fast. So I can't do that with the Master. I can do that with the Max, and it's so safe and so stable and so solid, and that is where I really like the Shermans.
Listen, love you, Dawn, but there's no way that I would say beeping and dipping is safe. That cannot be in the same sentence, because listen, no. Listen, people, don't listen to that part. Don't listen to that part because beeping and wheel
Oh.
dipping is not safe.
Well, you saw me do it. You
I
saw me
did.
do it at Amped. Mm-hmm.
Okay, you may be able to do that, but on for most people who are not race junkies, I don't think that they can all do that because you did that, and I thought you were crazy at the time. And as a matter of fact, that was the first time I met Dawn, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, she got problems because she is letting that wheel beep, and she is still racing like a mad woman. I don't know how you did that, and I'm not doing it. So I do not want anybody to come away from this show saying that beeping and
Okay.
dipping is safe. For her,
Not a big deal.
yes. She's a professional.
No, I'm a newbie. I just
Mm.
started last February. I
But
haven't
you
even
are
been
but
riding a year yet.
but you're a professional racer. And you were
Mm.
pushing that vehicle like you pushed your horse, like you pushed your motorcycle. Now you're pushing EUCs in that way. So
Mm.
I know when you came by me, beep, 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 I was like, there is no way in hell I am riding a wheel and continuing to ride that fast while it's yelling at me saying, slow down, slow down, slow down.
It's
And I
music to my
swear,
ears.
when I hear the beeping, it sounds like the emotion V8 that I started at. Please
Be
decelerate.
careful.
Please decelerate. Please decelerate. yeah,
Oh, poor emotion.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what beeping sounds like to me. Yeah, you guys don't
Hmm.
hear it, but beep 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 beep. Mm-mm.
Okay, no. But here's the thing. There are different beeps. There's like the beep beep beep, and then there's the beep 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 beep, and then beep 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 beep. So you have to distinguish between all the different beeps, and then it's a symphony. And then you got the pedal dips, and you got the beeps, and
Going,
it's like you're making music
going
here.
50 miles an hour, and I'm trying to. Was that a beep beep or was that a beep beep beep? Was that a beep? Nope. 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 Not doing that. Not doing that. But I look. I appreciate people like you who do, because you let us know how things are. Can happen and what can be done. But
Hmm.
yeah, no. Oh,
Okay,
Melody's
so
here.
so here's the thing with motorcycle racing. It with motorcycle racing and my experience with that, what I took from that and applied to everything else is with motorcycle racing, I learned how to dance right on that ragged edge. And that is what I'm bringing to EUC as well. How to dance on that ragged edge.
Beep 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 beep. I see. So this is the thing. When it goes beep 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 beep, I hear warning, warning, decelerate. You hear beep beep beep, and you're
Danger!
like, doom, doom, doom.
It's like,
Yeah,
Danger, Will Robinson!
danger,
Danger,
Will
Will
Robinson.
Robinson!
Like you hear music, I hear danger.
That's
Danger.
probably wise. That's wise.
Listen, I just like I love watching it. I love commenting on it. Being a commentator, um, being an Amp Games commentator for me is like fantastic because I love watching you guys do what you do, and I love being able to bring it to everybody. And I look forward to all the things that we're gonna do going forward in the future. I look forward to seeing you race more, Dawn, because I know that you can't help it.
No. My racing days are over.
Oh,
Now I'm
okay.
just chill.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Until the next race.
Until someone passes me and blinks.
Yeah, I feel that. I definitely feel that. So there is I don't know if you heard that, but Will Melody says hello. She's saying hi. You got the pink waving. How you doing, Melody? Nice to see you out there.
We love Melody.
So I'm kind of skipping through here, but there was a hold on. Who took over? Oh yes. I'm glad you mentioned that, Vibes. He said somebody took over his Instagram recently because they were in there posting. They were in the last live, and I thought it was him, and they were saying some crazy stuff, and then I found out it wasn't him. So I was like, oh, okay.
Huh.
Like I don't know. So Is this really Tommy? Is this really you, Tommy? Oh, Ted says Dawn seems to be collecting wheels like Marty. These are my babies. These.
Mhm.
We're
So
gonna have to do
no,
it.
I only have six so far, and then
Oh
my
Lord.
EX30 will be seven
Oh my God. Only. Okay.
only.
When you say only in 6 or only in 7, I don't think they go together in a conversation because people are like, people are like, shit. I would like to have one. Never mind a second one. What? She got 6.
No, no, no. Okay, so here's the thing. When I was racing motorcycles, I had eight motorcycles.
Oh
So
my God.
okay, so no, no, no. There is a reason. So when you're racing, you need to have a backup wheel when you're racing, and if that one crashes, you need a backup for the backup, right? So that's three right there. And then I was commuting from Inland Empire to Orange County every day, rain or shine, for 6, 7 years straight. And like one of my street wheel bikes has over 200,000 miles on it. So I have my street wheel of street bike and then two backups for my street, right? So three street bikes, three race bikes. I mean, you just have to have backups. I mean, you can't be without a wheel. And then I had my dirt wheel, and then I had my pit bike, which is a little tiny, bike that goes 40 miles an hour. It's literally this big, and it's tons of torque, and that's what I rode around on the pits, and that would be the equivalent to an M103. And you got to have an M103 or M104, right? I showed you
Right,
that the last
right.
time we were at
Yeah.
Amped.
Yes. You
Mm-hmm.
do have
Mm-hmm.
to have that. So
Yep.
I'm going to say it right now, Dawn. You
Mm.
got a problem.
No, it's very logical. So
It was.
I'm definitely not one of those you know how guys are always complaining that their wives won't let them buy more wheels and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not one of them.
Listen. You got a problem, and I can relate because
Mhm.
I have
Mhm.
the same problem. I've been fighting
Mhm.
so hard to keep myself from doing things. I'm like, no, don't. You can't do that. You can't. Don't do it. And it's like, but I'm the same way. When I find something I
Mhm.
like, I get one of
Mhm.
this. Well, I need. Well, in case something happens, I gotta. Like listening to you talk, I'm like, oh my God. I know that conversation. I've had it with myself.
But you know what? Life's too short. You
Yes.
gotta you
Yes.
gotta like live
Mm-hmm.
life, and this is
Mm-hmm.
living.
I had that. I was just preaching that to somebody yesterday.
Yes.
I'd say it almost every day to people, and I'd say
Mhm.
when I do die, you're gonna read it on my headstone. This dude lived a good life
Yes.
because I am not gonna slow down. I'm not gonna
Yes.
stop having fun because fun
Mhm.
it helps you to live life better, and we don't know when our life is gonna be over. It could be
Mhm.
over tomorrow. It could be over today.
Yes.
You don't know.
Yes.
And I mean, maybe it's the nature of what I do, what I do between them. Both my jobs are kind of dangerous, so I'm
Mhm.
used to being
Mhm.
at the point where I may not be here tomorrow, and
Mhm.
but that's why I jump out of planes and jump off mountains and surf
Mhm.
and do all the things I do because life is short and you gotta have fun.
Yes. Yes. This is what makes life worth living.
Yes, yes. Just for that, hold up, hold on. That is definitely a true statement. People don't realize how wonderful it is. So when I try to explain to them, I'm like, please just try it because life's too
Mhm.
short not to. It's like really
Mhm.
too short not to. You gotta give it a try. You gotta have fun and you gotta enjoy yourself. So, well, Melody says the Master line has the potential suspension frame cracking problem. The EX30 might have the same problem. Have you heard about that?
No.
I haven't either, but I believe it's a
Yeah.
possibility. Um,
Melody knows everything though.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
I would trust her, but I've also had great luck with my wheels. I have lots of like um first production wheels and
Yeah.
they've all been solid for me. So
Right.
yeah.
Well, and I'm kind of upset because I recently had the option to buy a new master. There was a bunch of people buying them, and I was like, no, I can't. But I was thinking of you with your two masters right there. I'm like, I can't do it. I was like, I could put a street in no, 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 no. And then I'm thinking, okay, if I am gonna buy one, I'm gonna buy a different one. So I was thinking about the Master Pro, and then Roger was
Hmm.
gonna sell me his, and I was like, yep,
Hmm.
I'll buy it. But then I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I can't afford to do that right now.
Aw.
Not at, if we did, when we do a group buys, if we did a group buy and it was cheaper, or if I got it from, a distributor that gave me a deal, that maybe I gotta pay less. My pockets are hurting, and but the problem is that my mind is always going though. I'm like, yeah, but if I had that, just like you were just talking. I was like, but because I need a long range wheel, and I don't have the long
Hmm.
range version because
Hmm.
my Monster Pro is not suspension, and now that I have the suspension, I gotta have suspension. So I got
Hmm.
it, and I'm talking myself into it, and I'm like, doesn't matter, don't do it. You can't do it right now. You gotta sell one to get one, and yeah,
Oh,
I've locked myself into
Cobra.
only three. I can only have three. I gave my word, and I've been sticking to it. And I sold my OG Sherman, so now I only have two
Hmm.
right now. I have
Uh-huh.
the Monster Pro and the Master. So,
Cobra. Cobra, I'm calling you out. You're letting a girl
ah!
beat you? I have two masters. You don't have two masters? What? What?
Okay, okay. First of all, I'll tell you a few things. Number one, I'm very secure in my manhood, and I can say yes. I can let a woman beat me at anything. I'm okay with it. Number two, you ain't no normal woman.
What?
You racing horses and racing motorcycles and 8 motorcycles and 7 wheels soon. Like, yeah, you ain't everyday woman. So that's not fair. You can't say that. You a special
That's
breed
not
over
fair.
there. So yes, you can beat
Not
me.
fair.
Yes, Dawn wins. Ding, 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 ding. But I do. I would like the EX30, and
Hmm.
I still feel like I want a Master Pro, but I want a long range wheel. So if you had to choose between a Master Pro and the V13, you would probably choose the V13, right?
Yes. The Master Pro is still hard for me. It
Yeah.
is so top heavy, and it's not when I'm riding it, it's fine, but I have a hard time accelerating and a hard time braking on it. So what happens, I have a rule. I don't go faster than I can brake.
Right.
So
Makes sense.
if I'm with the Master Pro, there is no assistance. And so the braking is harder for me and I slower braking. I don't feel like I have emergency braking with my weight and the weight of the Master Pro. With the
Hmm.
V13, I had no problems. I can accelerate, I can brake, and it has the assistance to help me out too. So that means I can go faster on the V13 than on the Master Pro. But riding the Master Pro wasn't the problem. It's also the getting it into the car, getting it out of the car. And I load up my wheels straight up and down. And I have an SUV, and I think the Master Pro is like taller
Hmm.
than what will fit in my SUV. So it was a lot of all those other logistics
Right.
of owning that wheel,
Hmm.
not just riding it was fine, it's like, but mounting, dismounting, loading it, all those things added up to a wheel that was just too unwieldy when
Hmm.
there are other long distance wheels that fit me better.
Got you. Now, I felt it was too top heavy until I rode the
Mhm.
second one that had the lower pedals. The guy
Mhm.
adjusted his pedals to the lowest setting, and it gave how the whole geometry of the wheels seemed
Mhm.
to change. I was like, ooh, I like that. So
Mhm.
riding his with the pedals at the lowest point, gave me the feel that I was looking for on the Master Pro. And now I really want to demo one. I want to get
Mm-hmm.
one in hand so I can really ride it and put it through some paces, because I think I'm really going to love it. And I definitely want to do the V13 because I know I'm going to love that one. So you're the first person, though, that has said that the braking assist can really help, because I've heard a lot of complaints so far from people on the braking and how bad it is and how hard it is, but no one's really talked about the braking assist helping them that much to where, and that would
They
make sense.
probably didn't play with it.
No, and they didn't. That's why I was saying, I was like, oh, I'm glad she talked about this, because that was one thing that I didn't see a lot of. And I know that, people were trying to work with it. I know Mickey was working with it, but he didn't. I don't think he did as much as you did. And so hearing you say that, and you weigh less, is like fantastic to hear. So that lets us know that when people say that, oh, you can't ride this wheel unless you're bigger. Well, not necessarily.
Mm-mm.
You just got to put the right settings, and then it'll work for you. And it's funny, I just mentioned Mickey, and here he is. What's going on, man? I know I missed you when you jumped in. Well, he jumped in a few minutes ago. Oh, he's
Okay. Now, I will say this too. Wheelie Brady was riding Rogers Master Pro at Mount Baldy, and they look like a match in heaven. I mean, Wheelie Brady was like throwing that thing around, and he's a bigger guy and stuff. And so
okay.
I would imagine that for the bigger people, the Master Pro would probably fit them just perfect,
Yeah. Well, that's why the Monster Pro was my favorite wheel up until the Master. And it's still my favorite big wheel, but that's because I don't have a big wheel with suspension on it. So once I get a Master Pro or a V13, that's why I'm like okay with selling it. But it's hard. It's really hard. When you get a wheel that you love, the Monster Pro has been my favorite wheel for the distance and stuff. And it feels great to me because at my weight, I can throw it around and I feel super comfortable on it.
Yes.
But,
yes.
the Master Pro seems to be something that, a lot of people who are smaller, like you, are saying the same thing. They're like, oh, can't do it. And I don't believe there's any assist built in anywhere. So
no, the goatie's not going to assist you. It's ride or die,
We're lucky the wheel doesn't blow apart.
And that was a nice thing about the V13. It's just as heavy, maybe, as the Master Pro, but it had that, but it also was, it was manageable for someone smaller like me. So I'm 5'4" and 125 pounds. With gear, I'm 160 pounds.
Woo-hoo!
So for all the range testing, I'm closer to a guy weight,
Yeah, but you're closer to guy weight without gear. When a guy puts on his gear, then you ain't close to guy weight no more. So, when you're over 200, that's when you're talking. So, so just so you know, Chris Clark is in here. Shouts out to Chris. He said thanks because he heard our comments, I guess.
Yes.
Chris, you are the mad genius. And whatever these new pads you're talking about, we're working on, send me some green ones. Stan, thank you. Thanks for the super chat, Stan. I appreciate that, buddy. He said, Don, are you cool with Duff? He thinks you're not fond of him.
I love Duff. He's so fun to pick on. So here's the thing with Duff. All right, Duff. So we have taken a lot of outer towners to Mount Baldy. We've taken Liv and Nick and Wheelie Brady Wheelie Brady's from Jersey. Liv and Nick, they're out of towners, and Duff is the only one that had a problem with Mount Baldy. But we love Duff.
Well, Extreme Bull is run by the older brother of Gotway. Okay, not the cousin, but the older brother. Even more so. Yo, tell me I'm not right then. He told his brother, hey, this we're gonna do this company. This is what your name gonna be, okay? And we're gonna put out these wheels, and we're gonna go straight for the Sherman. Let's get him. That's exactly what it seems like. Oh man, that's funny. His brother. So Stan says, will Ninebot make a comeback? Probably not. I think Ninebot has relegated themselves to the scooter world and decided to stay away from EUCs. Ninebot said, there's too much competition. We ain't doing that. He says Ninebot is great at slow scooters. That's messed up. You guys are mean. Oh, that's too yeah. You see, Lifer says I'm with Cobra. That's too unsafe for me. He's talking about your beep riding, Don.
I thought that's what we all do. That's what the beeps are for. It gives you a little rhythm to dance to, you know?
Beep, 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 beep. Oh, man. No, you're crazy. You see Zach, wait, is the EX30 hype legit? I think so. I think it's going to be amazing. EUC Zach says, Don is amazing. He gave you 4 hearts, Don. 4 hearts. Chris said, no passing Don. Okay, so I believe this is Tommy in the comments. So Extreme Bull CEO and veteran CEO are actually twins? Oh my God, are you kidding? They're not just brothers, but they're twins? Wow. Wow. Okay. So I was kind of talking shit, but I guess I'm like dead on.
They're all related.
Yeah. Okay. I see what's going on there. Let's see. Don is the real deal racing background, unlike the NYC posers. That's messed up. Yo, you guys are just mean. Listen, NYC represents. I don't care what y'all say. There were some real racers. Turbo be putting it down. There's tons of people from New York that were really putting it down. So I don't know about posers, you know. Let's see who else we got here. Wilson, he said, need more money for more wheels. Not more money, more problems. More money, more wheels. I agree, man. I wish.
We'll work for wheels.
We'll work for wheels. I got my sign ready. Vibe said, OMG, Dawn is a legend. 200K miles on one motorcycle.
I'm just one, and I had 8.
Oh, my God. She had a backup. Then she had a backup for her backup. And then her backup for her backup was a backup. Yeah. And then the backup to the backup had a backup and a backup. So then you, but then she backed it all up.
That's what all these wheels are for. You got backup for backups. You know, can't be without a wheel. Like, what happens when you're without a wheel?
Oh, depression. Yes. Yeah. So Ted said NYC riding requires a whole different set of additional skills and situational awareness. That is true.
Yes.
If you've never ridden in New York City, listen, that's for the big boys. So you guys can talk crap all you want. Those New York City riders are for real. Let me tell you, I went there and I was like, oh, this is fun because I like doing some of everything, you know. And when I went to New York and rode, I went out with Mickey. And we rode and I was like, okay. And then I went on another ride with a few other guys and I was like, okay. So I love how New York tests your nerve. It tests your abilities and it tests whether you really have what it takes to do it. You know, no shame in your game. If you don't have the nerve to do it, it's understandable, but you got to know that New York City riding is for real. And if you may be the greatest speed rider, but you got to go to New York to be able to see if you can speed through traffic that is unforgiving, because they don't give a shit about you. And I'm telling you, we did some rides. You know, me and Mickey almost got into a fight with some guy in traffic. Some guy on a bicycle come down the wrong way on the street and ran into us, like legitimately ran into us, and then wanted to fight. I'm like, really? So New Yorkers are crazy, but it's a whole different ball game. So what? Go ahead.
Okay, so what about this? What's crazier, riding in Taiwan or Thailand in
Mm,
Asian driving traffic
mm,
or
mm.
New York City? Because you know those Asians don't care if they're swapping paint, and and I think New York is definitely a challenge, but there is still, I mean, they're Americans, right? They still
Mm-hmm.
care about human life. So
I
it would
listen.
be interesting.
I don't know if New Yorkers care about American life. I don't know. I don't know if New York drivers care about American life. I really don't.
Really?
Drivers, listen,
Wow.
New York drivers are ruthless.
Wow.
Ruthless. They do some stuff that you're. I mean, you. I
Oh.
watched a guy in a van almost mow some guys down and then didn't care. You know, gave him the finger as he's going around and matter of fact, there was a video like that was
Oh.
something like it too. That the guy in the van and then he went around a corner and hit somebody else on a skateboard. Craziness, craziness. There's Nala. um, so it is wild, but it's a different set of skills. So like
Hmm.
racing is one thing, right? So the racers that you guys, the racing that you guys did at top speed, beeping and crap, beep riding is crazy, but it takes a different kind to ride in the city the way they do. In
Yes.
New York, and New York is like a special city. New York is
Yes.
like no other city. It really is. Because I've been, I've ridden in Boston and it's busy, and New York is just different. So
Uh-huh.
oh, you know what? You said something like that. Like people from out of town come there and ride, right?
Hmm.
Duff. You see Duff riding all the time on his long rides to go Dunkin' Donuts and wherever,
And coffee.
the coffee, right? But then
Uh-huh.
when it came to riding with doing what you guys do, he had
Hmm.
trouble. And that's what it
Hmm.
is. There's different type of riding skill and they don't
Yes.
always translate well to the other type of skill. So you may be
Hmm.
good at straight flat riding or racing, you may be good at downhill. When we did
Hmm.
at Amp Electric Games, the downhill, that was a challenge to get used to. I was like scared. I was like, "Oh," but I was like, "Oh, I'm doing it." So it was fun, but it's a different kind of riding. Trying to learn the jump with these guys, with Seth,
Hmm.
and I'm like, oh my god, it's crazy. So all the
The
different
rail yard.
skills, yeah, the rail yard, baby.
Yeah.
All the different skills. There are different types of
Hmm.
riders, and I love the fact that we all come together, and I try to learn a little bit from everybody. But
Yeah.
it's definitely magical. It's definitely magical. So Lewis in the chat is saying that the V13 is not a long range wheel. What do you think?
No.
No?
No, I mean, on my range test, I got 54 miles, and I was hitting, fast. I was trying to go fast as much as I could, slowing down for pedestrians and bicyclists and all that stuff. But
Ah.
yeah, it's the the V13 for all of its, power and everything, because they neutered it so much. It's about the same range as my master.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. So,
Yeah.
that's too
It's
bad.
not a long range wheel, but the range is good. 54 miles. If I did slow miles, I think I could get 70 miles out of it. But with a guy's weight, they probably wouldn't be seeing 70. They'd probably be
Mm-mm.
seeing more like 50s. And
Hmm.
I heard someone get only 30
Yeah.
miles to
Well,
it.
I believe if you're pushing it hard, of course, you can push it down to 30 if it's similar to the Master, because the Master easily you can get only 30 miles out of it if you're riding it
Yeah.
hard. It
Yeah.
and I mean, a lot of people were disappointed. I was disappointed too, but it is what it
Yeah.
is. It has
Yeah.
so much. The wheel gives you so much. It's not perfect. So, Stan says, "What's the chances of Begode making a suspension system similar to the Sherman S in 2023?" And um, and then I look down here a little bit further, and Marty goes, "Stan, it's called the Commander Pro." I was thinking it already, and then Marty says it because that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, "No, that's his brother, his twin brother. Yes, that's a Pagode wheel. I don't care what you say." So, now the suspension on the Commander Pro, is it more like the V13 or like the Sherman S? Is
Sherman
it
S.
so it does have the thicker shocks like the Sherman S?
It's cushy like the Sherman S. The
Okay.
V13 suspension was stiffer even at its softest setting.
Oh, okay.
So if you like that cushy of the Sherman S,
Uh-huh.
that cushy also exists in the Commander Pro,
Okay.
as far
Okay.
as I know. But I haven't actually laid my hands on the Commander Pro.
Okay.
So, but that I believe Marty told me that, so he can correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay. So, I definitely want a Commander Pro now. I want to ride it. And like I'm getting too many endorsements. I gotta ride it. I gotta ride it.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
yeah, I gotta make some phone calls. Oh, yeah, where's my phone? Later. Okay. So, so Mono Rides is saying that Atom pedals are number one. Those are the pedals you got on
Yes.
your wheels back there.
Yes. So my dirt wheel has the pro pedals, and
Mm-hmm.
this one has the trail pedals, which I think is a misnomer because you
Yeah.
hear trail pedals, you're thinking just trail ride. No, the trail pedals I think are the best. They are they're similar to the pros, but the pros are really small, and I love that for my trail wheel because pedal clipping, right?
Mm-hmm.
On stuff on tight single track trails, you want the pedal to be as minimal, as small as possible. So that's perfect on there. But for my race wheel or street wheel, the the trail pedal is longer. So you have more pedal under your toes to really be able to push hard and accelerate faster.
Okay, so Adam is in the house. He said, "Thank you, Mono Ride." So Adam's here. Adam, what's up, buddy? I need a set of your pedals. That's for sure. Can you
Mm.
make them in black, or do I just need to paint them? Because I don't do the chrome, silver. I just don't do that. It's got to be either
I think
black
you need a
or green. So,
somebody posted up somebody posted up a video. I think Adam did. Adam
mm-hmm,
G posted up a video on how to anodize
mm-hmm.
using the Roger charger. There
Okay,
you go. Hmm.
okay. Well, I definitely.
Anodize any of your metal pedals and all that stuff to whatever color you want.
Well, I definitely need it in black. Definitely need them in black. I gotta try them. So
Hmm.
I guess, Adam, reach out. We need to talk. This going back and forth in the chat, and I guess you guys are missing the conversation, guys. He says Extreme Bull is Bigode affiliated, sort of. Yes, they're brothers. So Extreme Bull is the brother to Bigode. So it's the same company, basically. Um, I thought they were cousins, but now I learned that they're brothers, and not just brothers, but
Twins.
twins. So yeah, they're related. They just got different names. They probably make the wheels in the same damn factory.
They just put different stickers on them, you
That's all
know?
it is. So
Yeah.
if you get an Extreme Bull wheel and it comes in a Bigode box by mistake, don't be surprised. Oh, so Vibes, you want to sell me your Master Pro? I'll buy it, bro. But it gotta be a discount. Gotta be a discount. It's the problem I have. Is why I don't have one yet. The money. Woo. And I promised myself this year I would be better. I promised wifey that this year I would be better. That I would do better. Money, because that's my problem with all the fun that I love to have, and I don't like to not have fun ever. I like if
Hmm.
I'm not having fun, there's a problem. So, but in doing all that, I just don't think about money. I don't know. I'm not gonna take it to the grave with me. So I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
I want what I want. Plus, I grew up dirt poor. Excuse me. I didn't have anything. So I never, I always felt like, I want this, I want that, I want this. And now that I have, a decent job, I'm like, well, I want this, I want that, I want this. And I just
Mm-hmm.
buy it, So I got to start doing better though. So Master Pro is awesome, Marty says.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is awesome. Yes, I think so too, Marty. I enjoyed riding it. I really do want one. So we'll see. We'll see what's up. So Techman42 says, interesting. Kuji said V13 braking wasn't great. Same with, right, EVX. Maybe it's based on the extra rider weight. See, but that's what I was saying, Tech, is just so you know, I don't think that those two played with or effectively adjusted the brake assist as much as Dawn has. And I could be wrong. Maybe it's because they weigh more than she does, but I don't think Mickey weighs much more than she does because he's lost a bunch of weight also. And with he wasn't wearing a bunch of gear at the time, and she was geared up when she was riding. So what'd you say you were, around 172?
160 geared up.
160? Okay, and I think he was like 175, 180, maybe 185. I don't know, somewhere in there. So that's with his gear while he was riding. So I'm gonna guess that it wasn't too far off. But in the videos I watched, maybe I have to rewatch them. I don't think that they played with the brake assist as much as she did. And I know that somebody did say when they were leaning back, the wheel leaned back, and you just said that with the brake assist. So maybe that's why they
Mm-hmm.
didn't do it, because they didn't like the feeling of the wheel leaning back.
Yeah,
So
I don't like the feel of that leaning back.
yeah. So Stan says, why aren't kids getting EUCs? Because they don't have the money.
Because the parents are too busy buying wheels for themselves.
Well, I try to get my kids into it, and all three of my kids said hell no. And yeah, so, and they were already saying no. And although my son did take a lesson, he did have one lesson, and he was starting to get it, and then he just lost interest. And it didn't help when I fell and broke my shoulder horribly. Everybody was like, "Oh hell no, we ain't doing that." So now nobody
Oh,
wants to do it. So I'm alone.
great job traumatizing your kids there, Cobra.
So now I'm alone riding all by myself. I'm so mad.
All by
I
myself.
always want someone to ride with, and
Yeah.
it's hard being here where there's not a lot of people to ride with. So it would be nice to have the family to ride with, but so that's why I look like an EUC mama. Shouts out to EUC mama. She has her whole family riding, and even her little 4 year old. I think I was like,
Yes, so
wow. She's
adorable.
so cute. She's so
Yes,
cute. She
yes.
has her little pink on, and she be riding, and she's happy because now she can actually ride whenever she wants to. um, so I thought Dawn said she hated the brake assist. I
Mm-hmm.
think she said she hated that tilt back that it gave you,
Mm-hmm.
but she was saying that it works and that the brake assist
Mm-hmm.
will work. It will help you brake. You just got to be get used to that tilt back feeling that it gives you.
And when I was testing it and I was making my video about it, I had brake assist to 100 and it tilted back a lot. So, like I said, you can adjust it from 0 to 100. So you can set it, down low and have it perfect for you. Between the accelerate assist and the brake assist, you can really dial that wheel in to something that custom fits, to your riding style. The only thing I would warn about having both of them on is it's fine when you're accelerating, the wheel goes, oh, you're accelerating, let me help you. When you're braking, oh, you're braking, let me help you, right? But when
Right.
you're in the middle of a long sweeper and all of a sudden you see something and then you have to modulate your speed a little bit, then the wheel's like, oh, you're braking, let me help you. No, 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 no. It's like I'm trying to do, like very minute adjustments here, and the computer, the computer in the wheel is trying to extrapolate my shifts and weight, and it's also like a split second off, so
hmm
then it throws everything off if I'm trying to modulate my speed like very minutely in the middle of a turn, then it can
hmm
like really throw things off. But just don't do that.
Yeah. So now I'm behind in the chat. So Mickey was he was saying that he mentioned the brake assist. So Mickey, I was not saying you didn't mention it. What I was saying is I think she was the first one that said she really liked it and saying that or that it really works. I think that you mentioned that they had it and that but I don't think you really cared for it either. And I think when she said that it really works so you can brake on it, I've heard from most people that were riding it was that it's really hard to slow down and stop on the V12. I mean on the V13. So that's what I was referring to, Mickey. Not saying she was the first to say it, just saying she was the first to kind of like it, even though she doesn't want to use it because of the tilt back. But she made it sound like it works. And I was under the impression that that big old wheel that was just gonna be very hard to stop, and that was it. So, but he was saying that it's exactly the same as the V12. And then I refer you to my V12 video on the acceleration and brake assist. And then I know he was working with them, but he said we wouldn't have the acceleration or brake assist if it wasn't for me pushing them to create it on the V12. And he did work directly with them, so he put a lot of hard effort in making them make adjustments to that wheel. So I do appreciate you, Mickey. Not saying that you didn't say it, just saying that it felt to me like she was the first person to really say that, hey, this really works. Most people that I heard say it, and it sounded, when you said it, Mickey, it sounded like you were not really a fan of it. So that's what I was saying.
Well, he had to be a fan of it if he was like pushing for it. Yeah.
Yeah. It just, I think the same thing that you said, he did mention that it pushes back and pushes backwards. And that's a weird feeling. It really is. Yeah, he said Electric Dreams lives in the same town where the wheels are made. Is that why he already has an EX30 video? I'm like, really, dude? I was like, come on, man. I was like, how can he already be riding the wheel? I was not happy. I was happy that he's able to do it, but not happy because I'm like, hey, I want to see it over here. I want to see the wheel. I want to really check it out, see if it's really all that. But I know it's coming. It's coming. Let's see here. So there's a lot. I guess I'm missing a lot. Anyway, there's so much to catch up. Electric Dreams Tour, blah, 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 blah. They don't care about human life. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess they said you don't know, you've never rode there. Talking about New York. So this was our New York conversation. Yeah. I tell you, I'd like to see you ride there because it's wild.
I would be interested because I would lane split in heavy duty SoCal traffic, and I'd lane split at 100 miles an hour. So I'm fine with that. I'm used to like going Asian mode when I when I ride and stuff. So lane splitting on my motorcycle at speeds, right?
I was gonna say, now at those speeds you ain't doing no easy EUC.
No, like on my motorcycle. So I'm not phased by that, but I have seen videos of New York, and I do realize that that is a totally different beast. And it looks like terrifying, but so exhilarating at the same time. So I would love to try
it. Yeah, you would love it. I know you would. You'd have a good time and you'd enjoy it. That's for sure. Okay, so it looks like Wilson asked, what's your main wheel of choice to Mickey? And Mickey said his OG Sherman. And then he said, but he's looking to get a Sherman S. Now, I'm just scrolling through here. He said it was old news by the time I bought mine. I did shoot one, just never uploaded it. Oh, they must be asking about a video on that one. 100. So Mickey weighs 152 pounds without gear. So you are close. You are close.
I'm heavier than him. See, I'm thick. I'm a thick girl.
Oh, so Clark says the kids who volunteered at the M10 games are having a Friday EUC lesson. They got hooked watching everyone zip around the track. That's nice. That's nice. I really wish I could have the kids. Dawn is heavier than me. That's crazy. So Mickey said he had heavy
Wait,
brake
did he
assist
just call
on.
me fat? What,
No,
Mickey?
he definitely did not. I got you, Mickey. I got you. That is not what he meant.
No, I'm sure that's what he meant. Mickey scares me. So, yeah.
Okay, so all right, Mickey, I'm gonna have to rewatch the video because obviously I didn't see the same conversation about brake assist. He said he had a full brake assist in his video.
Mm.
Um, so West Coast doesn't like soft mode, so they make sense that she doesn't like it. Yeah, I've never liked soft mode. I'm on the East Coast, but I don't like soft mode on any of the wheels. Um, oh, you're using brake and brake and accelerate assist every day. uh, he is a fan of it. Okay, I need to catch up. I guess so. Broadway Bomb is dead. Oh man, that's not good. But okay. All right, I scrolled through fast just to catch Mickey's comments because it looked like he was going back and forth with a few people. But Dawn,
Mm.
the EUC community is
Yes.
listening. What do you want to say
Mm.
to them? Is there anything you want to share that you haven't shared yet? Put you on the spot.
Love you all. I don't know. What am I supposed to say?
That's it. You just said it. So I just wanted to, I really wanted to just spotlight you because I think you have a very unique history. Your motorcycle riding, your horseback riding, and now your EUC racing, and being able to do all things really well. My hat's off to you. I salute you, and I really appreciate all that you've done in your past and all that you bring to EUC. And the reason I now wanted to spotlight you is because not only were you doing those things, but now you're sharing with the community and you're giving back to our community the knowledge of what you gain while riding these wheels, and that's really important to me. I mean, there's a lot of riders, there's a lot of people that can do things, but I like to talk to people who are also given to the community and trying to help others. And I feel like you're selfless that way. You every time you ride something, you're like, okay, and you want to do a video, and it's funny because you set your video up, you get your blankie, and you and you just want to talk. You're just trying to share, and I appreciate that because not everybody like Mickey, and actually Mickey, I meant to say salute to you, Mickey, because once again you made a freaking movie masterpiece. You make videos. I watch them, and then I don't want to make no more videos because I'm like, I can't do that. Like your videos are absolutely crazy, Mickey. And then and then Roger. I mean, Roger? Okay, I gotta say this. Roger, how in the hell did you ride up the ramp into the back of that damn truck? Like what? I'm like, you are crazy. And then you squatted and rode right up in there. Roger, like really? Yo, Roger's crazy.
Yes.
I knew you were a wild man, but I'm like, who does that? Like, that was legit, bro. That was legit.
Yeah.
When you went up, I was like, okay, he's gonna ride up and jump off. You went up in the truck, squatted, and we're still on the wheel. I'm like, that was wild.
So the
Listen,
great thing with him is he's a pillar of the community. He helps out everybody.
he
And
does.
he's always pushing the limits, and that opens up doors for everyone else. When you
Mm-hmm.
see what he can do with the wheels, then everyone else is like, oh yeah, it opens the doors for. So it's good to have those people that push those limits.
It is, and not just pushing, but share.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of people. I know a lot of selfish people. I know a lot of
Oh.
people who just all they want to do is for themselves. They don't want to really share. They're not interested in helping the
Mm-hmm.
community. They just want, and I don't like that. I try to bring as much back as I can and share as much as I can. And
Yeah.
I love the people
Uh,
that do that. And Roger does a whole lot of creative stuff, but he likes to
mm-hmm.
share his creative
Yes.
ideas. And when he does something, he wants to help others with it. So I appreciate that as
Yeah,
well.
like
So.
even like those linkages that he makes,
Hmm.
like other people are selling them for like $100 or whatever, which is totally fair for the amount of work. He's selling them for like way less.
Yeah.
So it's not about the money for him, it's about him giving back to the community, and
And
that's
that's what I love.
admirable.
That's what I love.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Roger said he was talking to Devo because I guess Devo wants to ask him the question, but this is it's one of the things we were talking about. I would choose the Commander Pro over the
Mhm.
Sherman S. After riding the Commander Pro off road today. It felt
Mhm.
almost like my master. I
Mhm.
love my master.
Mhm. What did I say? What did I say?
Okay, okay, you
Mhm.
right, you right.
And he's been riding all sorts of wheels for like, I don't know, a gazillion years. So
she
like
called you. She called you old, Roger. She's calling you old, Roger. In case you
no, no,
didn't
no, no,
catch
no,
it,
no. I'm
I
saying
caught
that,
it.
he's really experienced. So
Sure, sure.
he knows his shit, and yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it kind of means less when I say it. I've only been writing since like last February, right? I haven't even been writing a year. I'm a noob.
Well,
But you have
this is
someone
true.
that.
This is true. You're a noob,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
again, your experience from your other stuff carries over. And that's
Mhm.
why your opinion matters. Plus, there's not a whole lot of women that can do what you do, and are willing to push the way you do. I mean, I think you're a nut job riding the beeps, but that's just me. I don't know. So, hold on. Mickey said, he said, tell Dawn to come visit New York City. We'll lane split in traffic. She can ride with me in the MPS guys. True challenge. That's a challenge for real.
Okay, that scares me. Mickey already scares me. New York City already scares me. Those guys are gonna like murder me if I head out there.
Look, listen, they are no joke. Look,
Mhm.
I just thank God they all like me because they could have left me several times.
Oh.
Because I
I'm
cannot.
sure they would leave me. They'd be
No,
like,
I can't ride as fast as they can, and we had fun, and we really enjoyed ourselves. You know how good. Listen, I had Showtime with me the last time we went, and she really don't ride fast. We had to keep, where's she at? We had to keep, we lost her a couple times because
oh,
yeah, because she was nervous. She had never ridden in
yeah.
the New York traffic before, so she
Mhm.
wasn't comfortable at all, and she was trying really hard to keep up, but she's like, I can't, I can't. So she just stayed safe and just rode her
Mhm.
wheel, and then caught up when she could, and we
Mhm.
waited, and she
That's
caught
good.
up, and then we rode, and then so I have seen that they can leave you,
That's
but
what they would do to
no,
me.
but they don't because because they're great guys. They're great guys.
Okay.
They don't. I love riding with Mickey
Okay.
because he's got mad skills, but he's not gonna leave you behind. He'll make sure you guys have a good ride too. That's what's good. He said he's been so generous and helping to me. Listen, Roger he was saying how he loves Roger, and Roger's been
Mm.
so helping to me. Roger's been helpful to a lot of people.
Lots of
Um,
people. Everybody.
yeah,
He's
Roger,
always
he
helping
does.
people.
When it comes to technical stuff, I'm
Mhm.
gonna call him and ask him crazy questions. Not that I'm always gonna understand what he's talking about, because
I don't.
sometimes he right over my head. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, wait, break that down again. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, he's a great guy, and I love the fact that he helped so much. So
Mhm.
you learned very quickly,
Of
Don. I still
course.
remember when you first started posting on social media and posting your learning process. She definitely did
Ah.
learn quickly. So Adventures and
Mm.
Gold said, "No man left behind in New York City." Usually, though. Yeah, usually. So Squall Heart says it's been great watching or following your EUC journey, Don. uh, So Lewis says, Don, you would probably put a few New York City riders to shame. Oh, ooh. So, all right. we're gonna wrap it up. We've done our 2 hours. And what I want to say to everybody in the chat, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you're watching it on Facebook or Twitter, please go over to YouTube and hit that like button. You can hit the like button on Twitter and Facebook too, but go over to YouTube ultimately and hit that like button. Help that algorithm help find us and put it out there. Because I mean, you guys know by now, I don't do this to try and get 1 million views and followers. I do it because I love doing it. I love sharing with the community, and I love meeting people like Don and Roger and everybody that I've interviewed. I really enjoy the community, and that's why I do this. So I'm glad that you're able to come on here today, Don. I'm glad you were able to come.
Everybody.
Yes, keep up what you're doing. I know you will. I'm glad that we share that idea of positivity and enjoying life. It's very, very, very hard to explain that to people when they're more practical and they can't see it. But when you feel it, you feel it. There's something about the energy, and I don't know. And then this conversation, I should do these shows during the daytime, because every time I finish the show, I want to go ride, and I don't really like riding at night. I don't want to get run over and left somewhere.
Okay, you need to check out the flashlights that we use for our night rides.
Mm-hmm.
And my backpack light, it's
Mm-hmm.
like it lights everything up like daytime, so
Yeah.
it's fine. And with nighttime riding, you have less traffic
Yeah.
and
True.
less dangers with that. So yeah, and there's a calm, and then you see the full moon, and the world is quiet.
Oh.
It's a different experience, so you might love it.
Well, I do. I have lights. I have a backpack with lights on it, and I have reflectors for my shoes. I have reflectors for my wrists. I have all this because when you start down the rabbit hole, you start buying everything. So I got all kinds of stuff I could use for it. It's just I don't know. It's still a feeling I get. I get nervous going out at night. I'm like, they're not gonna see me. I know they're gonna see these lights, but I still feel like they're not gonna know what it is. What is that one light? What is that? I can see. I'm like, someone's gonna run me over, and I'm gonna be left there on the side of the road, and I can see me on the side of the road, the wheel on its side, the wheel just spinning, and okay, so it's an issue I got. Okay, maybe it's just in my head. I don't know, but. But I just, I want to do more, and I guess I should do more night riding so I can get comfortable with it, but I don't. But I again, thank you for sharing, and I know I'm gonna see you soon at some event because there's tons of them coming. So you keep doing what you're doing. And now you made me want to go take my wheel apart, but I'm not gonna do it right now. But I do. I want that linkage. I need that linkage from Roger so I can. That's the other thing I was waiting for. No, not really, but I'm going to use that excuse. I was waiting because I had the other new linkage to put on, but I don't want to put that on now. I want to put the new. And how did you set yours up? Well, you don't need as much travel as I do. That's the good thing about the new linkage is I can put it on the other hole so I can get more travel, and that's what I want. So I didn't want to do that long Cuba linkage thing. I didn't want to do that. I thought it was kind of weird sticking way out, and somebody here did it, and I didn't really feel like it was that advantageous. So I was like, but I want the new linkage. So
you want me to show you the linkage?
Sure.
Can we see this? Let me see.
Yeah, we'll see it on. You gonna take out Jamie?
Jamie, come here. Let's see your butt. All right. Can you see that?
Nice. It's got the nice spring on it. Oh yeah. It's hard to see past all your bling, but I can. Wait, turn it back. Turn it there, right there. Yeah, that's good to see the back, and then turn it to a little bit to the side again. You have it.
Come on. How's that? Whoa, how's that? Can you see it?
I can see it. I'm trying to see the other hole. I can't, but I guess the other hole is further up. And that's what I would have it on, the other one. But that's good.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, I need that. I need that. I need that.
I think it's something about the geometry so that it gives you more travel. To make it. There you go. I don't know. I'm. You have to ask Roger.
Yeah, he explained it to me. He explained it to me when we talked last time, and he was gonna send it to me. So I just need to get with him, so I can get one from him. Because I need to take mine apart, repaint it, clean it up, all that good stuff.
Oh my god!
You can't get it back in there.
There we go.
There you go. Okay.
All right.
Okay. I didn't realize you had one of the cart stands. I thought that was you made that it was a. I love that stand.
Yes, I love this stand.
Very heavy duty. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna end it here, Dawn. Unless there's anything else you want to say to your community out there, and you want to share with them. But I think you're good, right?
I think I'm good.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. You guys in the chat room, thank you. And I'll see you soon, Dawn, at our next event, whenever that is. And I'll see you guys in the chat whenever you join us. Hopefully at Eastgate Con coming up. We'll see you soon. Maybe. But I gotta come to California on that Baldy ride. Yes.
Magical.
Yes. I wanna feel the flow. All right, guys. Till next time. Deuces.